Hello everybody, how is it going? Look, we're back on the sim. We're playing Rebecca in a Rebecca mirror. I'm not very comfortable with this deck. I played like a couple matches before this one. I had a log game that literally took 26 minutes, which I eventually won, and I'm sure it's my fault that the game took so long. But yeah, I thought this was interesting, the mirror. I feel like I looked at it as like a kid mirror, at least the old kid mirrors, where it's like one person eventually, or is going to have to be the aggressor, and one person is probably going to fight more for board. I think I played it okay. I saw a double Kyros, and I was like, this is probably how I'm going to win, because Kyros just doesn't die, so that is always good. I figured very, very solid in this matchup. Makes enough sense to me. Also, bringing up one of the other videos, I think it was the Rebecca versus Kinemon, I was talking about how why do people always swing 8? Someone did point it out into my comments, but in my testing I also kind of saw it. It's like, if you swing low numbers, Rebecca will probably just 1k out or 2k out just so she can lead her ability next turn. So yeah, shout out to that guy that pointed that out. And also, you know, it makes a lot of sense. You get to fill up your graveyard pretty quick, get to cycle through your deck, being able to, you know, actually use your leader every turn. But our early game has not been anything too crazy. It's just been double Kyros, search a couple times with my leader, and the 1-cost Rebecca. We get hit with a, man, what is it? Destructive Sword of Thunder. Basically like at 3,000 worlds what it destroys instead of bottom decking. Yeah, it seemed fine. I didn't want to go super crazy to defend one of my Kyroses there, just because I have the second one, which will just be as annoying to deal with as the first. And we'll try to just fight a bit for board here. I am going to swing with my Rebecca because I don't have a lot of plays this turn. I could just play my own Orlumbus. Actually, I don't yet end up swinging with Rebecca. I think I was just looking for Colosseum, and I was trying to see what I can find. I grab a, what is the card? King Kong Gun, which is obviously a lot of times how you go for a game and such. Also just a good card, randomly giving something +6, along with like Colosseum's effect is pretty solid. And I just used the rest of my Dawn to establish a bit more of a board. We have 2 Rebeccas that we could sack off for the Orlumbus, which is pretty good. Right now we don't have really any removal in hand, so that could be a problem, but we're Rebecca. We can always search, and we have like a little bit of cycle with the Kayas. I doubt we'll actually play them, but if we needed to, we could. I'm still a full life. He is taken 1 life, so he's drawn for turn and also saw that life, so technically he's seen like 2 more cards than me, but he'll play his own Kyros. Just gonna pop one of my Rebeccas. That's all good. Could maybe use his Orlumbus to try to outmine this turn, depending if he has any removal in hand. He's gonna swing 5 at the Kyros. I do 1k out, just in case he wants to try to pop it. And he didn't, so he just plays the Sabo. So, again, that could have changed his line of play, where if I didn't defend it, or, you know, I just used his effect to not get KO'd, he could have popped it, potentially. So, yeah, I don't know if it was the wrong or right call, but it'll let us use our leader ability this turn, and we also grab a Colosseum, so it's all good. We also see he is playing the 10-drop Kuzan. I am not currently playing the 10-drop Kuzan, so could prove to be a problem. We'll see though. I'm going to go 1 Dawn on Kyros, attack his Orlumbus. He just lets it go, which is cool with me. Still have 6 Dawn remaining. We probably want to get the Sabo down. We'll go 1 on Orlumbus and attack 6 life. He'll take that as well. And we'll probably play a Sabo of our own. We pick up another King Kong Gun and Luffy. We probably want to keep the Luffy, but we'll probably get rid of one of the King Kong Guns. And sadly, we're probably going to have to get rid of one of our 2k counters, but what are you going to do? Also there, I could have used Orlumbus effect to just minus something, and then mill 2, Yasabo would have protected it from getting destroyed, but I end up not doing that. I still have, I think, a plethora of cards in my graveyard, but if I wanted to do that, I could have. Definitely a option. He's going to swing 5 at my Orlumbus with the Kyros. I'll probably take the free block just because I have the little blocker, and my whole board is protected by Sabo this turn, so it's not like my little blocker will get KO'd or anything. Sabo is a very strong card. He'll play Kyros, not able to pop anything. Still has a good amount of Dawn left. Wonder what he will do with it. Plays his gear for Luffy. Oh my goodness. Takes me a second there. But really having no Dawn to spare and also not having Colosseum, this I feel like this means my Luffy will kind of be able to trade up here. And we'll draw for turn. We'll grab a 3000 Worlds. So we kind of don't even really need to play our Luffy this turn. We can just 3000 Worlds the Luffy in combination with Orlumbus. We could swing at the Kyros if we want. Always feels a little bit bad going at a Kyros. But I think here, just because I don't have many other plays, I am going to swing with Rebecca into the Kyros, maybe get a card from his hand, and then we'll just sack it off with Orlumbus. I definitely could have, just Orlumbus Kyros and then protected him, but I kind of wanted the space on my board to either play a Barto this turn, or just have room to play the Luffy and feel like I didn't, waste value. Yeah, well, 3000 Worlds the Luffy, probably get a couple more attacks in. We'll go with the Kyros. We can swing 2 more times if we want to swing with Sabo. I'm not so against swinging with Sabo, honestly, but he lets the Kyros go, which is cool. We'll go 6 at life. He'll take. I'm kind of down for the Sabo swing. I know I could have used leader here, but why not get a bit more aggressive? We have Luffy, we have the King Kong gun. We're looking pretty solid. I also, when I first started playing this deck, I always would think, oh, it's like King Kong gun onto Luffy, and that's kind of how you win. But a lot of the time I see myself going King Kong gun on my smaller units, and then even if without Luffy being there, it's still just as effective. I feel like Luffy almost screws up your King Kong gun because you have to shuffle back stuff. But he'll swing 5 at my Orlumbus, we'll defend. He'll play a 10-drop Kuzan, get rid of my Sabo. And I definitely need to get aggressive here. Just him having the 10-drop Kuzan means I have a limited amount of time before he will just kind of out-resource me because of all of my cards being -5. So we'll play our Luffy. Most likely. It will, if we play our Luffy, it will just kind of get answered next turn. So yeah, we'll search first, see what we find. We find a Rebecca searcher. We could search again, see our options. We see another Luffy, a 2K counter, and another Orlumbus. I don't have a way to KO anything, so the double Orlumbus probably is not helping. Still have 8 Dawn to work with. If we want to maybe try to just clear the Sabo blocker, might not be the worst. Or we just start swinging heavy into life. Having a Sabo blocker of our own this turn I feel like would be really good, just because it would prevent any KOs from next turn. But we do end up playing our Luffy, and we'll try to just clear this Sabo. And he does let it go pretty easily. I have to I think I look on how many are in my grave, because I don't think I have very many. I have 11 in deck right now, so I probably have a lot in grave. So I might want to shuffle back just to make sure it doesn't get I don't get close to decking out without seeing another Luffy or anything like that. But we'll go 2 5s at life. He'll counter out of both. Thinking about what I should do with this Luffy. I pretty much know it's gonna get KO'd next turn, so I'm not really stressed about it living. I do have 23 cards in the graveyard. I end up not using his restand effect just because if I don't have a way to get something else in the grave next turn, I'll be at 14 cards engraved instead of 15, and that would turn off my King Kong Gun's double attack. But to be fair, I should know that like Luffy is probably dying, so that would be my 15th card. He'll go 10 at the Luffy. I'll block just to make him use more resources to kill it, and he drops another Kuzan, and I'm like, okay, I just need to go for game. And I pick up a second King Kong Gun, which is super good, so I'm just immediately going to use it, swing 11 with Orlumbus, and then use my other one and swing real big with the Kyros. Yeah, pretty sweet top deck. Pretty sweet top deck. But to be fair, like that was the punish for him playing double 10 drop, you know, without worrying about his defense. And yeah, he does not have enough to get out of 15,000. Has a couple 1Ks. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.